traveling the chakras. If the soul is Shiva, and the breath is Sakti, the gross body, made out of 5 tattvas and hosts 96 in total, is identified with the ego. The gross body retains the past karma which determines and brings forth a new body in each birth. It is a residence for the soul to resides in it and a vehicle for the breath that goes places doing its work. The soul is one though, and it is with the Paramatma. A portion of the Paramatma leaves and comes to stay in the body as the Jeevatma to relish past experiences and gain new ones. The soul does not carry past karma. It holds only the experiences. It is the silent watcher. The breath traverses throughout the body taking numerous forms as in the various manifestation of energies and the forms of goddesses that is given to it. It keeps us alive. It moves us, an otherwise dead and lifeless chunk of meat. It is the vehicle for the subtle energy prana that flows through our bodies. It travels within the body that is fully rigged and supplied with a network of nerves and nadi, bringing on subtle transformations, as in chemical changes and energy that moves our intentions as electricity moves our inventions. Only in a few is the breath or Sakti channeled by means of yoga to bring them to know Shiva, or rather to bring the individual Jeevatma, that has all this while being renting a home that is this gross body, back to its parental home, the Paramatma. Agathiyar in his memo to Atma says that the embryo or pindam made of Uyir or from the 5 elements, Pancha Maha Bhutam, derived from each parent's body, in a specific proportion begins to take shape in the womb of a mother as a result of the pranavayu flowing in with these elements, resulting in the conception of an embryo and a fetus. It moves with, and in the elements. If it is fated, life is hence given to the embryo. We gain some insight into the mechanism and science that goes into the development of an embryo and fetus from Soul Searchers, The Hidden Mysteries of Kundalini, Health Harmony, 2001. Art Venugopalan. The breath carries prana or universal energy enters the crown creating the Sahasrara chakra, which sustains the formation of the new life. It takes its place or residence in the energy centers or pools of energy that itself creates beginning at the Sahasrara. It then creates the ajna that aids in the multiplication of cells that follows. These 2 chakras that retrieve and store information in the form of past karmic deeds from the cloud at Puram in turn create the Vishuddhi chakra, that dictates the Akasha tattva and activates basic breathing while in the amniotic fluid. The other major Vayu tattvas are drawn from the universe. When this energy comes to pool at the Anahata chakra, the Vayu tattva comes into play. The universal energy brings forth the physical heart. Reaching further down it pools at the Manipurika chakra that it has just self-created in the fetus. The fire tattva coming from the mother comes into play here. The chakras of the fetus begin to connect with that of its mother. The Sahasrara chakra divides itself bringing forth the Svadhisthana chakra working with the water tattva and Muladhara chakra in working in coalition with the earth tattva. The heartbeat of the fetus is felt. The fetus is by then 6 to 8 weeks old. The other major organs start to grow. The chakras become connected with the physical body. Information is embedded within as seen in the vigorous activity in the fetus. By 24 weeks these silent and secret transmissions settle down, and are replaced by the outside sounds and noise that the baby begins to hear now. At 30 weeks the Svadhisthana begins to dampen the growth in length of the fetus. Other major and minor chakras come into play too. Supra-consciousness and subconscious become present, while consciousness is only activated at birth. When the baby is born the Sahasrara and Ajna close and the veil is drawn. When the newborn cries, it takes in the air from the surrounding atmosphere for the first time. The creative force of Kundalini Shakti or energy that created the chakras, and moved the tattvas to form the respective organs then comes to rest in the Muladhara. This intelligent energy force having done its work takes a rest and begins to hibernate. When the Kundalini is again activated by various means it rises up the same road it came. As it journeys up, it begins to clear the blockages and reactivates and rejuvenates the chakras that have become sluggish and blocked by now due to man's lifestyle and habits. The creative energy that has since then hibernated or stagnated or pawned at each chakra is released again, just as Agathea replied that I need not do anything for the energy would do its work. C.W. Leadbeater writes on the chakras in his book, The Chakras, published by the Theosophical Publishing House, Udal, Madras, India, 1927. The centers are in operation in everyone, although in the undeveloped person they are usually in comparatively sluggish motion, just forming the necessary vortex for the force and no more. In a more evolved man, they may be glowing and pulsating with living light so that an enormously greater amount of energy passes through them, with the result that there are additional faculties and possibilities open to the man. Man is reborn again. Man then becomes divine and returns to the abode of the divine. Agathea reveals that when the 5 Tattvas that contribute towards the formation of the Udal is shed, the Uyir, having no shed to take shelter, now leaves to merge in the Atma and reaches him as Jyothi. Agathea, in clarifying, making it known that Nanam was not gifted, told us that we have to earn it by putting in the effort, before the energies take hold of the steering and steer us on. Tavayogi asks that at least we gain some mileage before the Siddhas lift us up and lead us on. Agathea tells us that the energies shall do their work in us. In revealing the means of attaining the state of Nanam, he told us that one has to traverse the chakras and gain the experiences that are to come on in this journey, and finally upon reaching the Sahasrara, Nanam shall dawn or shower on one. Our sages, Siddhas and elders, knowing pretty well that only some might make it into this internal journey, built temples to resemble the gross body and exhibiting and depicting this journey externally for the public. The Shivanyana Siddhyar Supakam, verses 270 to 274, translates this internal journey as an external one consisting of 4 paths: Tadamargam, Sarpatramargam, Sagamargam, Sanmargam. Those who take up Sariyai while living in the world created by Shiva shall attain Salokyam. Those who carry out Kriyai shall attain Sampipam, gaining proximity to Shiva. Those who observe and practice yoga shall attain Sarapam, or the form of Shiva. And finally, those who arrive at and travel the path of Nanam shall attain Sayachyam, or oneness with Shiva. These are often referred to as various states of mukti or emancipation from a former or earlier state.